Yo, 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 what's good with y'all, man? What's good, what's good, what's good? Listen. It's your boy Matthew Walker. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all doing well, staying healthy. Um, Staying great, all that great stuff, man. And listen, today we have a little bit of competition. You know what I'm saying? We got the greatest trash talker the NBA has ever seen, and that's Gary Payton. So we're gonna see how much of a trash talker Gary Payton. Now I know Gary Payton was a freaking, like, you know what I'm saying, headache to go through, but we're gonna see how much of a trash talker he was. I actually like Gary Payton, man. I respect his game. Trash talking is a skill. You know what I'm saying? If you can't trash talk, do not trash talk. If you can trash talk, you go use that to the best of your ability. And if you know how to respond to trash talk, that's a big skill too. But if you don't know how to respond to it, yeah, you might get killed in the court, man. No cap. But yeah, man. Before getting this video, man, happy Valentine's Day for those who, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. All right. Yeah. Have a good day. You know what I'm saying? Those who are single, it's all good. Listen, your boy's single too. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Listen, it's okay. Have a good day. Have a good day, man. Treat yourself. Go out there and treat yourself, man. Go get you something. You know what I'm saying? Go get you something. Go get some Skittles. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know how to get on candy for Valentine's Day, man. Let's go get you some food, man. You know what I'm saying? Go get some food, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Treat yourself, man. Okay. But yeah, man. We have Mike Korzemba. So I already said the title. That's about it. I think that's about it. I changed my YouTube name out. Obviously, I don't know if this is gonna be set in stone, but check my last video out so you understand why I did that. So yeah, man. Without further ado, let's get straight in the video, man. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it, man.
Some of the greatest trash talkers the NBA has ever seen. I'm talking about names like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, and today, of course, Gary Payton. To me, the coolest part about Gary Payton's trash talk is that it just never seemed to stop. Not only was he trash talking
you will laugh too,
long, but even off the court, he would always trash talk anyone he could. So what's up, guys? My name is Mike, and in this video, we're taking a journey through Gary Payton's
That's not bad, by the way.
And in doing that, we're going to be looking at 7 of the greatest trash talking stories he has ever had. But before we get started, I am happy to say that this video is sponsored by SeatGeek. Now, SeatGeek is the best way for you to possibly buy.
Go ahead and pay your bills, man. Go ahead and pay your bills, man.
And now, let's get to the trash talk. Number 7, starting early. Gary Payton was born to talk trash. In high school, while playing in a league that was so rough that Gary's dad, Al, has been quoted as saying, teams were scared to win because if you won, you had to fight your way home. Gary was still not afraid of his opponents at all.
Oh,
in fact,
man.
he would quickly establish himself as the biggest trash talker in the league and possibly the state of California. As to give you just one example, during Gary Payton's senior year, when playing against his team's biggest rival, Fremont High School, Payton began to call exactly what he was going to do on the court. For instance, saying, I'm going to dribble to the left, pull up, and make this shot. He would continue to do this all the way until the game winner, which he made, and after his team officially won, an actual riot occurred. Both of the two teams and their fans began to fight on the court, and it got so bad that the league decided that things had gotten out of hand, which meant that Gary Payton's team, Skyline High, would play their next games with no fans allowed in the building so that things would remain more calm. Yes, this means that an 18-year-old Gary Payton was such an amazing trash talker that fans were not allowed in the building with him because they might try to fight him. Number 6.
That's tough,
even
man.
Cheerleaders
They be in there.
And so, after Gary Payton established himself as a California trash-talking legend,
that's a whole different
many
level.
coaches were now afraid to offer him a scholarship Because despite his obvious talent, the man was also obviously going to bring some problems with him. In fact, things were so bad that St. John's, the school Gary wanted to go to and one that had offered him a scholarship, called to take away their scholarship offer as Gary was dressed in St. John's clothes just moments before his press conference to decide where he was going. Side note, as a St. John's fan, I did not know this, and now I want to cry. Anyway, instead of dwelling on this rejection, Gary took his anger out on the court at Oregon State and would establish himself as one of the best players in the country very fast. As a freshman, he was the Pac-10's Freshman of the Year, and it was a game against Stanford that showed everyone how seriously Gary Payton took basketball. Because when getting into an argument with a male cheerleader who had been calling Payton some bad names, Gary took out his piece of gum and threw it at the cheerleader's face. From there, a fire was lit in his soul, and he became a man on a mission. He began to scream at the bench, "Get someone out here who can guard me," as he made play after play, and in his own words remembers thinking, "I started talking back and it was like thousands against just Gary. Who's going to win? If somebody talks to me from the crowd, I can talk back because I can back it up." And he did just that, as Oregon State would win that game by 1 point, and from there, Payton would prove that he was the best player in school history, finishing his career as Oregon State's all-time leader in points, assists, and steals. Number 5, trash talking.
Thanks, St. John.
And so Gary Payton began his career as a Seattle Supersonic, and in the first game of the preseason during his rookie year, he already began trash talking the greatest player we have ever seen. Yes, as Payton remembers, Jordan was on the bench and I was talking real bad, and he doesn't really play that much in the preseason. I had like 19 points and he was still on the bench and I was still talking, which is hilarious, but this was Michael Jordan and you know he wasn't going to forget about something like that. And so, when the Sonics and the Bulls first played in the regular season, Payton remembers that Jordan walked up to him and said, "Hey, I got the young fella." He said, "Don't forget, I remembered about preseason and what you did," and he had 35 on me. Gary and Mike would have many trash talking moments throughout their careers, but it was Payton's trash talk against Scottie Pippen that is perhaps his most famous.
That laugh right there.
After Jordan's second retirement when Pippen was on the Blazers, Gary went up to Scottie and said, "You ain't nothing anymore, Scottie. Where's Mike? Where's Mike at? I ain't scared of you now, Scottie. And hey, Scottie, you know what, man? You ain't top 50 of all time. You want me to show you my list? I had you at 51, Scottie. I had you at 51. I had Dominique ahead of you." At this point in the video, I've just got to say, how do you not love this guy? Number 4,
oh my God.
Inspiration. As we know now, Gary Payton,
not number 1 yet.
a 9-time All-Star,
Not even number 2.
9-time member of the first team All-Defense, 2-time member of the first team All-NBA, and was an NBA champion and Hall of Famer. So obviously, the glove was pretty great at basketball, and just as obvious to everyone who watched, part of the reason he was so good was that his trash talk inspired him to never let up. As his former teammate Sean Kemp has said, he was the type of person who wanted to tell you before the game what he wanted to do. He would tell you, "I'm gonna beat you down. I'm gonna score 20 points on you and have 10 assists, and there's nothing you can do about it." And he would go out and get 20 and 10 and do a pretty good job of it. And the thing is here, this type of strategy not only fired up Gary on the court, but it also drove his opponents insane. To show you what I mean, let's take a look.
Yeah, I'll be sick to my stomach, man. I'll be mad, man.
Trash talking with Vashawn Leonard. Gary obviously gets into his head and can be seen laughing as he puts up points at the free throw line, which meant that Leonard got so angry that he committed 3 straight fouls in pure frustration. That's what Gary Payton did to his defenders. He told them they were beneath him. He told them he was going to dominate him, and then when he backed up those words, they just could not take it. Number 3. He can dish it and he can
Oh my
take
gosh.
it. What sets
Like
Gary
a
Payton
mosquito,
apart
bro.
from many trash talkers is that if someone begins to trash talk him, he never gets rattled for a second. Instead, again, that fire arose and he became a man possessed. Just listen to this memory from Jason Kidd, who says, "I'm a rookie playing against Gary. We always looked at each other, always said hi, but after the tip ball, we were going at one another. And I'll never forget, he's posting me up and I pretty much know what he likes to do, so he went into his move and I blocked him. I told him, get that out of here. He looked back at me and that was a big mistake. He went on a 15-0 personal run and we ended up losing the game. And then, after the game, Kidd went up and apologized to Gary for trash talking him because he felt that it might have been out of line. Gary did not feel the same way. He just laughed and said, "Oh no, you woke me up. It definitely helped me." So Jason said, "Don't worry about it. It'll never happen again." Number 2.
That boy apologized. That man apologized.
We all remember that while Jordan was retired from basketball,
you know how good of a trash talker you gotta be? Someone apologizes to you?
The Houston Rockets stepped in and
say sorry.
won 2 championships. What you might forget is that the Seattle Supersonics were seen by many as the championship favorites in '94, as they had won 63 games and had the best record in basketball heading into the playoffs. This was a team that looked like it was finally going to fulfill its destiny, but then Gary Payton just snapped. In game 1 of the first round of the playoffs against the Nuggets, Payton got into it with Ricky Pierce, a member of his own team. As the two started fighting, things got heated so quick that both began to say they had guns in their bags and were going to kill each other and each other's families. This was obviously crossing the line, and things did not stop there. Because after the team lost games 3 and 4, Payton would come back into the locker room and yell at his teammates for being lazy while he himself was playing subpar basketball at best. This was not the first time Gary had yelled at his team, as he had once yelled, "Sit down, you smurf," to one of his assistant coaches. So, head coach George Karl tried his best to stop things before they went too far. This led to Karl and Payton attempting to fight each other in the locker room before players on the team had to separate them. So yes, most of the time, Gary Payton's trash talk helped him as a basketball player, but in 1994, it may have cost his team a championship as Seattle lost in the first round to the Denver Nuggets. And number 1, he just never stops. We are going to end this video with just one more story that shows just how competitive and crazy Gary Payton was on and off the court. Because according to Shaq, Payton was the best trash talker he had ever seen because it was impossible for him to turn it off. As Shaq said, "I played with GP and I played against GP. He just didn't care." The craziest thing about GP on the court, he was like that off the court. If he saw you in the mall, he'd say, "Remember that time I crossed you up, big fella, and gave you that thing and almost pulled your arm out of the socket? You can't guard me, boy. I'm a Hall of Famer. I'm first ballot, boy.
My gosh.
I'm first ballot." I liked finishing with that story because, again, it shows you that the man was never not on. Still, even today, when he comes on TV, he's always trash talking. So Gary Payton, if you watch this, and I know you will, thank you for being a trash talking legend. NBA players right now, why is there no trash talk? Bring back more trash talk. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, guys, and you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. We're doing videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around 6 p.m. Eastern. We are...
Hey, that's what's up, man. Shout out Mike Zimmer again. You know what I'm saying? Man. Oh my man. I never guarded someone who would tell me what they would do and do it. I've never had that happen. But I could imagine if that did happen to me, I'd be pretty upset, man. No cap. Like, I'll be on a mission to go against that same dude. Again. Because you can't just tell me what you're gonna do and do it, bruh. Like, that's just... Nah, man. I can't have that happen. Dang. That's tough, bro. Trash talking, man. Last video was Larry Bird. This was Gary Payton. Who do I think, from the stories I've heard, who do I think is the better trash talker? I think, I gotta give it to Gary Payton, bro. Just out of the two, you're going to be the most frustrated going against Gary Payton, bro. You're going to be super frustrated, man. He's going to piss you off. Like I said, unless you know how to respond to that stuff. But a lot of people, I can imagine, did not know how to guard or play against Gary Payton. Not only that, but Gary Payton's a way better defender. He's like one of the best defenders of all time. Glove, you know what I'm saying? So him having that good defense and be offensively skilled as well, and have that trash talk, and then he's a point guard. You know what I'm saying? Short dude in the NBA. Not like super short, but you know what I'm saying. Short dude in the NBA, bro. Below average height. That's little mosquito, man, to go against, man. He's just constantly just, you know what I'm saying, nagging. You know what I'm saying? I'd be a whole lot more frustrated going against Gary Payton than I would with Larry Bird, bro. But that's not a knock on Larry Bird, but I think in my opinion, I think Gary Payton's a better trash talker. But yeah, man. Yeah. That's gonna do it for the video, man. If you'd like to, you know what I'm saying, comment down below who you think's a better trash talker out the two. Don't be shy in the comments. Let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge. I don't do none of that. So, yeah, man. Hope y'all enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Or just like the vid. You don't have to subscribe. Just like it. You know what I'm saying? Love the support, all that great stuff. And, yeah. Hope y'all stay well. Stay healthy, stay blessed. Love you guys very much, man. Peace, man. I'm out.